Hi guys, today we're gonna be reading one of my stories. It's called "What Are You" by PockyMutt23. It's a FNAF story that I have wrote a couple years ago. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. Anyway, let's get on with the story. Screams! Cassie woke with the jolt with sweat all over her. She looked around and sighed. Why? She asked herself. Stupid nightmares. The memory haunts her every day. Ever since that day, the day her best friends are murdered out of cold blood. She got out of bed and got dressed and grabbed a newspaper. As she was reading the job section, she saw a help wanted badly at some pizzeria. Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria, she said aloud to herself and put the newspaper down and grabbed her phone and purse and keys and walked out the door, shutting it tightly and locking it. As she started walking to the pizzeria, as soon as she got there and walked in, she saw tons of little kids running around. Okay, I'll admit my stories do suck, but this is just horrible. My story is just horrible. As Cass walked around the pizzeria, she felt like someone or something was watching her. She looked around and what caught her eyes was a camera focused directly on her. She glared at the camera but was interrupted by a man in a black suit. You must be Casa. We spoke over the phone, he said, holding out his hand. Casa turned around and met his dazzling smile. Yes, sir, I'm Cassandra, but Casa or Cass for short. Sir, she said, stuttering. He wasn't that bad looking for a boss. Come to my office and we'll talk there, he said, leading her to his office. As she walked in, he shut the door and sat at his chair. I just need your full name and you're hired, he said, smiling. This was just a bit suspicious to Casa, she told him. Her full name. It's for your chick, sweetie, he said, smiling at her. Oh, was all Casa could say afterwards. He handed her an apron and asked if she could start today. They were short on people as she was working. She felt eyes on her. She looked towards the stage. There was something off about the robots. It's like they were watching her every move. She needed this job bad to pay the bills. Let's hope she got the skills. Watchful eyes. An hour passed and Cass got the job, and she's a night guard and the day shift job, whatever. Cass looked around while she was cleaning the table. She felt a pair of eyes on her. There was no one but her out. All of a sudden, she heard a strange sound, like someone groaning in pain. She looked around and heard it was coming from one of the animatronics. She moved a bit closer to the bunny. Cassie, it said in a childlike voice. She backed away from the robot, scared and frightened. Don't worry, I won't hurt you, the rabbit said, stepping toward her. Cassie flashed her flashy light at him. The bunny looked unamused. Cassie's heart felt like about to pop out of her chest. She slowly backed up and grabbed her mace and maced the poor rabbit. Ow! What the? Bunny said, grabbing his eyes, and started laughing. Please say you do recognize me, he said, smiling. Then Chica walked in holding a cupcake with teeth. What was going on? Kasha thought to herself. She was having a panic attack. Her lungs were losing oxygen. She quickly grabbed her inhaler. Once she grabbed it, she dropped it. The robot was getting closer. She tripped over her own 2 feet and fell to the ground. But before she could, someone or something was holding her. She looked only to turn pale and lose all the color from her face. What she saw was a fox animatronic, and he seemed to be smiling. The other robot in front of her had something in his robotic hand, which was her inhaler. She looked up at the robot, which was the chicken. Hi, Cassie, the chicken said, smiling. There was something about the robot's voice. Only her sister called her Cassie. Misty? Cassie said, looking up in the eyes of the chicken. Yes, it's me. Cassie stood up straight and rubbed her eyes. It can't be. You died when you were 8. This must be some sick joke, Cassie said, breathing heavily. Cassie, please believe me. It's me. I was stuffed into a suit after I was killed, Misty said, which is the chicken. Cassie broke into tears. I'm so sorry, Misty. I should have done something, Cassie said, sobbing. It's not your fault, Cassie. You couldn't have done anything, or he would have killed you, too. You're lucky to be alive, Misty said, hugging Casa tightly. I don't like seeing you cry, Casa, the fox said, looking at her with concern. So how you been? The fox said, smiling. Just then, the camera turned around frantically, then focused on her. What the hell is going on here? Cassis said, glaring at the camera. Come with me, the fox said. How can I trust you guys? Cassis said, looking at the fox in the eyes. You don't remember me, do you, princess? Foxy said, smirking. Cassis glared at the fox, hating the word princess. Do not call me that, she said, her face turning pink. She remembered only Blake called her princess when they were little. Before she could speak, a bear picked her up and walked away carrying her over his shoulder. Put me the hell down, Freddy Fatbear, she said, hitting his back. I'm trying to help you, Cassandra, and it's Max, not Freddy Fatbear, he said, growling. We need to keep her away from him, Foxy said, walking beside Freddy. From who? Cassis said. Just someone, Foxy said. Then took her from Freddy. Better not hurt her, I will hurt you, Foxy. Freddy said, staring at Foxy's eye. Just stay away from that guy. Please don't trust him no matter what, Foxy said, walking away. She was left alone. Daylight was coming. She turned around and ran into someone. Oh, sorry, she said, looking up. This guy had white pupils and his hair was purple. Just be more careful, he said, looking down at her. It's supposed to be Mike Smith, so I'll change it now. I'm Mike Smith, he said, holding out his hand. Casa, she said, shaking his hand. Watch out for them robots. They are the monsters here, he said. Okay, Casa said, looking down. When she looked up, he was gone. She felt the shivers down her spine. When the camera was focused on her again, just then the light started flickering once again. She turned around and came face to face with Foxy. What did he say to you? Foxy said, looking deep into Cass's eyes. Nothing, she stuttered. Don't you lie, he said, glitching a bit. She ran out due to her anxiety and took deep breaths. She felt someone watching her. She turned around. You should have never returned, princess, the voice said. Before she could see the person, she felt some warm liquid going down her chest. Her life flashed before her eyes. All she could see was white. Before she passed out, she heard her name being called, and screams were heard. Not normal screams, though. No, Foxy screamed, as he attacked the guy in purple, sinking his teeth into the skin. Casa! Chica screamed, trying to stop the bleeding. The puppet looked over the body of Casa, then that purple guy. His eyes flashed a bright white. Freddy had fooled Foxy off Purple Freak. He was laughing like a maniac, saying, I told you I would kill you too, princess. He looked around a bit scared, being surrounded by the other dead children and the puppet. No! He yelled. He jumped back as Freddy came closer to him. Chica was crying over the body of her now dead sister. Foxy glitching out, Purple Giant dropped to the ground dead, but his spirit was still alive, haunting the pizzeria. Okay, is it gonna work or what? Not human. What happened? Cassie said, looking around. She looked at her hands and she screamed in shock. What the hell? She yelled. The others ran to her. Foxy blushed a bit. Hey, cutie, Foxy said, smirking. Shut up, she yelled at the Foxy, glaring at him. She was shocked at yelling at him. She walked into the bathroom to get a better look at herself. She had bright blue glowing eyes. She had floppy dog ears. She looked like some sort of dog. You don't look bad at all. She turned around to see Foxy and Dory. I'm dead, she said. Well, not really, cutie, he said, flirting with her. I don't know if I will ever update this story again, but I don't know. I'm going to be reading another story called Survival.